man and one man, I think of strength, black empowerment we have within, building community development. Let's continue to build our own. Let's continue to stay strong. Motivation, no matter the hate, no stopping. You just go. Listen up to Quan, John, and Queen P for giving us a voice. Speak up for what's yours and yell and make that noise. We are kings and we are queens. Melanated royalty, just getting started. Loving self and knowledge. Stack that wealth. Motivational motives, y'all.
If women, especially black women, knew, and a lot know, how powerful they are, it'd be a whole different ballgame. Because I mean, you know, like I've heard, I've witnessed, I've encountered and endured. The reason why things are produced in this world, the reason why things have to be made and production is even, encountered or even, brought about, is because of women. You know what I'm saying? And I know I say that because you guys are the main producers. You are the producer of humanity. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you are the most sought after commodity, excuse my language, thing in the world. A woman, a man, if the only reason why men, like what Jay said, we get shaves and lineups because of women. We don't do that because we want to look pretty. Right. We do it because of women. We want to get more money. Why? Because of women. Yeah, no doubt. We want to find the things in life. But why do we want to find the things in life? So we can share it with a woman. Mm-hmm. You understand? This is the whole reason why we go out here, men, and do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So if women that know, a lot of women do know that, and they try to use it against men. You know what I'm saying? Those are just the bozo women. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call them what I wanted to call them, but you know what I'm saying? But a woman that actually knows that, I think she's it puts her on the platform to be really confident and know thyself, where she can be vulnerable with the specific man she wants to be with, because she knows she is the commodity, like on the real, yeah. Like for real. The woman is the commodity, specifically black women. But check it out. There's two movies that came to mind when you were speaking, and they two different movies, but they kind of got I want you to think about this. You got the Wait and Exhale movie, mm-hmm. and then you got the movie with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett. What's the name of that movie? Set It Off. Set It Off. Think about these two movies with these black women. Think about it. Like the Wait and Exhale movie. Think about, when Angela Bassett burnt the joint down and all that. She knew exactly how many times they had sexual intercourse in their lives during that 12, 13 years. I mean, she kept this in mind because this is how much she was dedicated to this man. You know what I'm saying? She was with this man when he wasn't nothing, and he came up and he started messing with his white secretary. You know what I'm saying? This goes down. It don't got to specifically be a white woman that this going down with, but the movie, the way it was depicted, and the movie was about women that are frustrated with men, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they think that this is what they need in their lives. And at the end of the story, that, they understand that this is not what they need, yada, yada, yada. Yes. And it's why do these type of movies even have to exist? Why?
That's
great movie. Great movie, and it's real.
I don't feel like, see, there's the conundrum again.
Why?
Because I don't think Waiting to Exhale is a bad narrative.
It's not.
I feel it's okay, right? Because I feel like if it's based in realism and you're not trying to shove it down my throat, then I don't have a problem with it. Just like the movies where you just have the black woman that goes through a lot of trauma, and in the end she ends up being independent and all that stuff. That's pretty much Waiting to Exhale, right? I don't have a problem with that, but the fact is that's the only thing we see, and that's why it's problematic. You mentioned Set It Off. That's completely different, right? These women were all about doing their thing, whatever they wanted for their life. Now, sure, Stoney had
their backs were against the wall, though. Come on now, all of them.
Yeah, but it wasn't centered around them having men. That's not what the movie was about. The movie wasn't about. It wasn't. The movie is not really about them having men. Like, sure, Stoney was in the relationship, but
Stoney was the man.
Yeah, and so was
not Stony,
Cleo.
not Stony. What Cleo was the man, goddamn. And she had the girl looking like Amber Rose with her. She did.
I'm sorry, I laughed.
You like Amber?
But yeah, she did. That's funny.
Before I forget. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because I was going back to the Waiting to Exhale part.
Mm-hmm.
What part of that movie, the part of the movie that was interesting to me and was really true to me is when I forgot, it wasn't Loretta Devine, it wasn't Angela, and wasn't Whitney. It was the other one, the extremely gorgeous one. You know what I'm saying? Well, she was back then. I don't know how she's looking now. But anyway, she's still a beautiful black woman. Anyway, remember the dude that he was kind of overweight and he wasn't her prototypical guy?
Yeah.
He was trying to get at her.
Yeah. And
she wasn't hearing him, and then he kind of grew on her.
Mm-hmm. Because he started listening to her.
Huh?
Because he wasn't using her as an item. He was listening to her. He wanted to know what made her happy. He was interested in fulfilling her dream.
Right. And that was, I think a lot of men need to pay attention to that specific part. You know what I mean? When they're going out here trying to getting these women. Because you got a lot of men that are doing that for their active girlfriends or wives or whatever. And the wives or the girlfriends are still giving them their ass to kiss. Okay? So men, if you are in a situation that you feel, maybe hold on, and you look at it realistically too. Don't just because I'm the one that make the money in the house. No, it ain't about that. If you feel you are giving a helping hand, whether it is with your ear and your heart, and you are always here for this woman, you know what I'm saying? And you verbalize and articulate your love on a daily basis, and it is not reciprocated, you need to rethink about this relationship or this woman that you're pursuing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of men, I can't speak for the women, I can speak for men. I think a lot of men are in this situation and they're like, that, and they're just waiting for her to give the head nod, like, yeah, okay, you're good now. Get out of here, man. Have some self-respect, man.
It's funny though that I don't really think that's a gender thing. I think that one relates to humans in general because women go through the same thing. If a woman is giving her all,
different.
But it's the same emotion, right? And let's talk about Set It Off, okay? The dude was like feeling really excited because he got the shorty, she looking fine, like
Blair Underwood.
What?
That was Blair Underwood, right? When he was with Stoney. That's what you talking about?
No. The big guy.
And Set It Off?
No, I mean not Set It Off. Sorry, and Waiting.
Right. Right. He was happy when he finally got her.
And he had her, and he wanted her to feel special, to let her know that he understood her worth and what she was giving.
Right.
Women do the same thing with men. When a woman gets a guy and she's in love with him and she feels like he has so much value and he's giving it to her, she'll really want to appreciate that. And if the dude ain't about nothing, he won't do it. Like you hear it all the time. These girls will be in situations that they shouldn't be in. Like, oh my gosh, all of these baby daddies running around here. And she's really thinking, oh, I'm going to change him. Like, what's his name? The dude that I don't like. The one rapper dude. What's his name? I
don't like a lot of dudes. I don't know who that is.
It's true. I don't like a lot of them. Anyways, there's this one rapper dude. I can't think of his name. But, of course, he's out there with a bunch of baby mamas or whatever. And so a woman who thinks, she's going to change him because he was so nice to her when they were dating. Then he got her knocked up and now he's not around her and he's going to do whatever. And he's on social media talking bad about her. She's just like, I just want to be done. I don't want this. It's that same type of thing. You were giving him everything because you thought he had so much value and that he was going to treat you what you were worth. But then he ended up not.
Right.
And now you're stuck. Right? So men go through the same thing with women. They will give a woman their all and she's just going to be like, I don't care about you. I'm still going to do what I want to do. So I don't think it's really gender specific in that sense. I really just think that it's a human thing because you got some people who are just jerks. They're selfish. They don't even love themselves. So how can they love somebody else? Then you have others who want to give love, but also want to be loved.
Right.
So I don't think it's a man or woman thing.
You know what? It's definitely not a man-woman thing. However, like I said, I think it boils down to if the woman knows she's a commodity, that's not even an argument. And you know what? And for real, women in general, but specifically Black women, they have their backs against the wall because they got to prove so much to so many people, or feel like they do. Yeah. And if they don't, they're shunned or ostracized. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I see strong Black women such as yourself, such as Rama Mercy, such as my wife, such as your mother, my mother, when I see Black women like that, you know, I'm like, you know what? Y'all need to give some type of training. You know what I'm saying? To these young women out, to these young women out here on the strength. Because I know women that are much older than you, and they still running around with their heads cut off. I'm like, damn, what haven't they learned in 40 years?
Right.
What and but like I said, being the empathetic guy that I am, I understand they could be in a situation where, you know, they their backs are literally against the wall by way of who they live with, by way of they feel like they don't have enough money. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But I think we specifically, we have to get to a point where we have to get to our wits' end before we are at our wits' end.
Legit.
You understand?
And
the world is born.
For real. And I do agree with you. Said, like, me as a Black woman, I do feel like I overcompensate a lot. Like, for a lot of stuff.
You've overcome a lot too.
Yes, I have. But I just feel like because of that, because of what I've been through and the things that I've experienced in my life, it has caused me, even when I was a kid though, before I really went through anything as a kid, I always felt myself overcompensating. I always had to overachieve. I was an overachiever growing up.
I got it.
So anytime I did something, I had to prove that I was the best at it, whether it was proving it to myself, proving it to my parents, or to my peers. It didn't matter. I had to be at the top. And I do think a large part of that is because I saw myself, okay, I'm a Black girl. You know, I grew up with a bunch of other Black girls, and some of us is gonna make it out and some of us aren't. And I'm not gonna be one of those girls who aren't. And so I'm gonna make sure I'm seen, I'm gonna make sure I'm heard, and I'm gonna make sure I exceed everybody's expectations. And so my entire life I've been overcompensating. And it's just luckily enough I have a husband where, you know, it's not so drastic, because I feel like a woman could be in a situation where she is overcompensating in her relationship, but it's not reciprocated.
That's right.
And
absolutely.
when that happens, she's
That's
giving
called abuse.
all of the effort. Well, it depends on what the other partner is doing. If the partner is simply, you know, he or she cannot
abuse.
give. Is it? I don't know. It depends if it's intentional. Like we talk about beating your kids. If it's intentional, then it's abuse. If it's not intentional, then I wouldn't say it's abuse. It's more of a situation that needs to be.
I can't see the intentionality piece. Don't really ring a bell with me, because I'm like, yo, you know me. Say it again, Black and white. Okay. Intentional or not, it's going down. Example. You said, okay, let's say the woman is giving her all, and her man, let's say he didn't grow up in that type of culture, and yada yada yada, and he's not giving his all. Mm-hmm. It's abuse. It's called emotional abuse. It's emotional abuse. If I'm serious, if you can't cry in front of me, and I, for whatever reason, am not able to put my arm around you, my wife, and say, baby, it's going to be okay, that is abuse. I don't care the damn. That's just my opinion. I don't care. Oh, yeah, in my culture, in my family, my father never did that. So what? What that mean, man? We ain't on that. We ain't on that because, I dig it. That's you're abusing your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, because on a real, she should get a best guy friend, or even cheat on your ass. I'm just saying.
Oh my
God. Because you are neglecting her.
Yeah.
It's called abuse and neglect are cousins.
Yeah.
It's abuse. I mean, he just don't know no better. That's what I'm saying.
But then that means if it's a situation, let's say it's a situation, a woman is giving her all, and the man is, like you said, neglecting her. The reason I wouldn't coin that as abuse is if he is intentionally neglecting her. Like he sees it and he
who knows though?
Process. Well, I don't know. Let's see. He could process in his mind that, oh yeah, wifey is down and I just don't care. And I'm not going to do anything about it. And I'm going to let her.
How can we prove that?
I don't know. But I feel like,
you know how
if you know
your partner, you know how we prove it? You know how we prove it? By him not neglecting her. That's how we prove it. How do we prove? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see. The middle gray area is hard for me. You know this.
Yeah.
How do I sit here and say, oh, well, maybe he just doesn't know any better? Because that's what we're saying, right? When we say it's not intentional, aren't we? Yeah. That's what we say. Oh, they don't know.
It's not intentional. Like he doesn't know that it's harmful.
Okay.
That's what I mean by not intentional.
I get it. I get it.
He or she, okay, non-gender specific, the partner does not know that what they're doing is harmful. Then how can it be abuse if they don't know it's hurting their partner?
So now we have to, okay, with see, you know, I go far right. So now what we have to do, you know what she has to do? She has to give him years of her life and say, okay, let's see if he gets it. And how long is she gonna wait?
But no. She doesn't have to wait. I don't know if she has to wait that long if there's communication. Because if she's attempting to communicate with him and he's just like, no, I'm not having it. At that point, it's like, no. Let's
say he agreeing with it. Let's say he like, no, you know what? You are right. You
then
are
that
right.
Means, okay, at that point, no. See, then at that point, if he says that he understands what she is saying and he now understands that his actions are harmful and he continues those actions, now it's abuse.